throw your motherfucking hand.
Get 'em high.
Welcome back. It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute. You guys see Jelani's name. Sorry for the wait for the audio listeners. We are the 1 a.m. podcast, man. Mo and Jelani in the building. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Went ahead and rep the winning team. You feel me? I know what's going on. It's, for all my Barca fans out there, Las Rojas, we did it.
Man, I be feeling so lost, not lost, but like I be feeling like kind of out the loop when it comes to I'm gonna say the proper name of the I'm not gonna be an American. I'm gonna say the proper name of the sport. I be feeling like out the loop when it comes to football because it's like it's so many different types of leagues and things like that. But yeah, I'm seeing like the World Cup coverage. Like it's dope. I just like the pride from different people in their countries. Like, I like seeing that.
Can we revisit this? Because this is what I was thinking the whole World Cup. And now since we got the best possible result, we will revisit the question. How many Americans on average will recognize Lamine Yamal?
I think especially now, I feel a lot of people will recognize him now. I think before they would recognize him, I mean, the video you showed was, as I said, in a small, like, Georgia, yes, sir, New Era, but was in a small, like, Walmart in the middle of North Georgia. So I don't think, necessarily too many people are going to recognize him there. But, I mean, I don't know. I think it is subjective. But overall, I think he will probably get recognized, especially now with his brother going viral so often. And everybody kind of know, like, all right, Lamine Yamal, they know the hair, they know the look now just from if you've been paying attention to your social media.
Yeah, I don't watch the sport, and I still, even before the World Cup, I knew who he was. So I already kind of felt like he was like I said, certain players, him, Mbappe, Holland, like it's like certain players was already superstars, like Messi, obviously, Ronaldo, like what I'm saying. But yeah, he's definitely. I feel like there may be like a ceiling as far as how famous you could be in America to an extent as a soccer player, but at the same time, like he might end up being like one of them ones as far as being the main faces over here.
Like I don't know if you said this guy. I think you said him in the list, but I just want to pull this up. This guy as well, man.
Yeah.
This meme. Yeah, I think. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all, and I know this gonna sound crazy. I ain't know Holland before the World Cup, bro.
I knew
I ain't know Holland before the World Cup. Go ahead, Jelani. What you about to say?
No, I knew the name. Like I see the name when people on the timeline be talking soccer, but like I never knew what he looked. I feel like low key if there's any player that became like more globally famous than he already was, I low key feel like it was him just because of the look and like. I mean, he's going crazy too, obviously, but yeah, I feel like low key he probably gained more fame from the World Cup than any other player.
And I think because of his Snapchat and Instagram presence, he's became a lot more famous too.
What about Buddy? Buddy that got outed out as like a racist. Was his name Freddie, the kid from Germany? That was something for sure. Like they ran him off Twitter, and then he played the victim card, and so like even though he never officially like told where his alliances stand and his beliefs, a lot of his behavior lined up with a particular group of folks that we all he was like, yeah, Americans want to bring up old tweets and just attack me for having fun. I'm doing nothing wrong. And I was like, dang, you ain't take accountability for one of them old tweets. You didn't even say like, hey, I'm sorry that I said black people scared me on the MARTA bus in Atlanta. Like, you ain't never apologized for it. You was just like, it's our fault for saying that you kind of problematic for saying that. And then the Rockets gave him like a tour of a space and NASA. So that was cool. I felt like that was very American in multi ways.
I never believed in bro's gimmick. For the people who might not be familiar, there was a kid on Twitter who, like during the early, he's from Germany, but during the early stages of the World Cup, he was just tweeting about visiting America and trying different restaurants, and he started going viral and things like that. But they ended up digging up some of his. So I didn't see the actual tweets, but I guess they weren't the kindest towards black people.
Yeah, but even forget the old tweets. You could just go with one of his first tweets when he first got to Atlanta. Remember, he was like,
"Oh yeah.
The MARTA's kind of scary," and then someone was like, he saw a black person and said he got scared.
Can we be real though?
But you gonna say MARTA is scary?
No, it's not. It's not scary. I ride MARTA every day right now, actually. But like, if I was imagine from his perspective, like being like a white person from Germany and you come to America and you visit Atlanta for the first time and you got to go to the 5 Point Station. Like, you probably gonna see some stuff that you wasn't expecting to see. Not to say that'd be scary, but
no,
like,
I hear what you're saying. You're saying like the first time you see a black J specifically.
We desensitized to a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff might be like we just like walk past, or somebody on the train asking for money and things like that. But if you're not used to that, I can see how that might throw you off a little bit.
Someone on the sidewalk arguing with themselves.
Well, so all right, to that point, Germany got a lot of junkies.
Oh, right.
So never mind.
Yeah, that when I went to Germany, bro, that was one thing. Because I think where did I land in? Was it Berlin? But yeah, wherever we landed, I can't remember the exact place. But I remember as we were walking down the street, bro, that threw me off. It was a lot of just junkies like laid out on the side after like walking down the street, broad daylight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this AI, because women that that's AI.
Say why she.
Yeah.
Fine junkie right there.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It looked like a Kanye West music video.
But that I will say, yeah, because that's one thing that really surprised me seeing that. I think I will say for the fact of seeing like all the black people probably can be surprising because it's not like a lot of black people out there, but yeah, like homelessness and as I said, junkies. Like I swear I saw somebody like hitting, like shooting up while I was out there, but I just kind of turned away and kept walking where we were going. And it didn't feel like it was like we're in a bad area. It just felt like this is what they got going on out here,
So Freddie should be used to the foolishness then. He shouldn't have been surprised by what he saw.
The only difference is he saw black people doing it.
Facts.
So yeah, so that does.
Yeah, nah. Freddie, get Freddie out of here, bro. Get Freddie. It's time to go, brother. I think he said his flight was like July 23rd. It's the World Cup ended the 19th. Let me go to Freddie's page. Let me see what Freddie's posting. Did he say another thank you, America, for showing me grass for the first time? We don't have grass in Germany. Now that the trip is almost over, I want to ask one of the questions. How are you guys able to afford this? Pretty simple. We saved up for the past year, and it wasn't nearly as expensive as most probably would assume. We stayed in budget hotels and always split the cost between the three of us. Our flight to the U.S. was 255 euros, for example. The basic expenses were the rental cars and World Cup tickets. In the total of 6 weeks, everything combined probably cost around 6 to 7K. It's probably 6K since we saved money thanks to the invitations, like the hotel stay in Houston. Let's say it would have been between around 7K. I know that's still a lot of money, but it's nowhere near to what some people seem to think we were spending. We met other World Cup tourists who told us the trip cost them more than $40,000. If you're okay with not living in luxury with then traveling, it doesn't necessarily need to be expensive. I'll calculate the exact total once I'm back home.
I was seeing some people talk about they paid over. I think a lot of people say they paid like close to like 50, 60, over 100K. And you know, they've been out here for like the whole month.
Bruh. And eating out every day too.
Right.
Country
Yeah.
roads take me home, West Virginia, where I belong. See, like you tweet something like this, I know you know a little something about America, bruh. I know you know a little something about America.
How did he end up in West Virginia?
I think he going to the White House, bro, and he trying not to tell people he going to the White House.
I don't. You would have to, man. Listen, I don't look down on nobody, but like it's certain states. I don't like. I don't know realistically what it would take for me to visit, like to actually be like, yo, I'm gonna go spend a few days in West Virginia. Like, what I don't know what that would take.
But I ain't gonna lie, I will say this to defend him. On the rental cars, they've been listening to radios the whole time. There is a high chance that they heard the song West Virginia, you know, the song he's quoting right here.
Oh
And
yeah,
he was probably like, let's go to West Virginia, let's drive through West Virginia at some point.
Yeah.
West Virginia. It's certain states that like West Virginia, Alabama, Mississippi. Like, there's certain states where it's like you could reach a level of poverty that you can't reach. And I'm not even being funny. Like I swear I'm being so serious. Like like being poor in like West Virginia or somewhere like that. Like it's different than being poor in Atlanta or New York or like anywhere near a major city. Like if you poor in Atlanta, you could save up a couple dollars to get like a MARTA bus somewhere, and I don't know, like it's levels to. I sound like I'm being mean, but I'm actually like sympathizing with them. Like they don't have a lot of opportunities out there. I know this is where this wasn't conversation was supposed to go, but I'm sorry.
Nah, I mean you're right though. I mean realistically, you can, if you just live in the middle of West Virginia or the middle of like North Dakota, and you know you're poor, you ain't got nowhere to go, you ain't got no, you know, it's not really, you said not as many opportunities to really get back on your feet, you know, and then that's when you know the flooding of like major cities, or you know, I remember when I went to LA for the first time, I met this guy, and he was telling me he was in prison for like maybe like 10 years, 10, 15 years, something like that. So when he got out, he didn't have nothing. And so it was like either he could go back to, I think he was in prison in Texas. And it was like, I could either go back to Ohio, where the rest of my family is, or I could come to LA and then, you know, start new, you know, and like finally try to make something of my life, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's safe to say that man was homeless out there, been homeless for years. You know, it's just, you know, people, it's crazy. People just think like, oh, I'm gonna go to the big city and everything just gonna click. But you know, there's an opportunity. You never
Black
know.
people in Atlanta, boy.
What?
Are we gonna talk about you walk? I felt like you walked into that one.
What you mean?
Do y'all have? That's too personal. Do y'all ever hear? We'll go there. A black person, you tell them like you live in Atlanta, they might ask you like, how is it kind of growing up in Metro Atlanta, et cetera, and they go, oh, I want to move to Atlanta. It look lit. Like it just look like there's so much opportunity down there, especially for black people. Like y'all ever hear that?
Yeah.
I mean, you hear it all the time, but I'm actually like, First off, I want to say that story Mo told. I wasn't laughing at the guy being homeless. It was just I thought that he like the way he was telling the story. I thought it was gonna have a more inspiring ending than that. I thought it's gonna be like, yo, yeah, he moved out here and he he got his life together. He's been out for 5 years now.
He's on 2.5 Men.
Yo, that's crazy. But yeah, nah. I've actually like if somebody was to ask me right now, should they move to Atlanta, I would say no. And the only reason I would say that is not because I don't like. I mean, it's my hometown. Like I love it here, but it's like I think the version of Atlanta that they expecting to get don't exist no more. Like you expecting to move here and get a $800 apartment in Midtown and go to the club every night with $20 to $50 in your pocket and be club hopping and get home at 4 a.m. and do it. Like that version of Atlanta is not. It's not what it is no more. You can still move here and have a great time, and there's plenty of spots to go out. But it's like it costs way more money to move here from out of state than what it used to cost. I feel like.
Yeah, and I think moving out here, Atlanta has become so flashy, and where you'll come out here and it can just be very overwhelming. Like I've seen people make videos talking about how how they want to move out of Atlanta now. It's like move to Atlanta for opportunity, and now it's just like, and you're dealing with so many different entities where, especially like, let's say you come out here, you think you're trying to like, especially if you're not used to Atlanta dating scene, like I don't know what the dating scene is fully like in all these other places, but in Atlanta it's different because it's funny. I was telling my dad this. He had, because he was like, man, like, what is it like dating out there these days, And I was like, it is tough to an extent. You can like, you got to really weed out, the good from the bad. And you're going to have those situations that where you thought it was good, but it turns bad or X, Y, Z. But I was like, also, there's not a lot of trust there because with like social media and everything, you're in competition with so many different people. And I think that's where, especially for men, they end up getting very insecure. And then, so they feel like, oh, this girl, she can be talking to this person or blah, blah, blah. But, you got to find that security within. Like, if she likes you, she likes you. But I had to break it down to my dad. I was just like, yo, the realization is I can meet a girl tomorrow and we can start talking. And maybe 3 days from now, like an Atlanta Falcon can be in her DMs. Like, it ain't even got to be it could be, Julio Jones could be in her DMs. I don't know. You feel me? Like, or a hawk or, a senator. Well, not, okay, a senator crazy. But like a politician. But like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, you don't know. It's like the field is so vast where, and everybody, like, I know y'all seen that clip of Cam Newton talking about like, you go to the club and everybody's like pretty much, you don't know who is who, where he was like, it'd be scammers over here, be a politician over here, it's a doctor over here, but we all in the same spot. And then everybody got on jewelry. Everybody got, it's just, you don't know. So I think that's the thing about Atlanta where you come here and it's just also, it's a lot. It's so many different people, so many different like opportunities to meet all these different people, but it's like, sometimes it's gonna leave you burnt out,
If you're dating a beautiful woman in Atlanta, you definitely have to be secure with yourself. Like you have to be secure with yourself, and you have to just be confident in the fact that whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. Like you can't, you're gonna drive yourself crazy trying to play, trying to be trying to be a private investigator and monitor every move and like, listen, bro, it's because it's just too much. You can't even look at it like competition. You just got to accept it, bro. Like it's a bunch of young, they ain't even got to be young men. It's just a bunch of successful men out here for your girl to choose from. If she, you know what I'm saying? Like if she not faithful, so you got to just. It reminds me of that old tweet. I forget who originally tweeted this, but it was like, nowadays you got to just find somebody that's that's outside in these streets and just beg them to stop. I mean, that's kind of what it is. It's like, yo, like, just hope that you find one that's either that's not her lifestyle as far as going out like that, or if that is her lifestyle in the past, like she had her fun already, she's trying to settle down, you know. But it definitely can get spooky out here for sure. Like when it comes to the dating scene,
It's haunt to be haunted. But Kylie Davis said why twice.
is Kylie a real person? If you are a real person, Kylie, I apologize. We be having bots in here sometimes, so don't think I'm questioning you.
And you know, it also to the point of like how for the guys you gotta be secure, but you know, also for the women, you know, what I was saying, how there's so many opportunities, there's so many beautiful women. So successful men out here, like they'll get with you, and especially like let's say you was like a baddie back in your hometown, you know, and you know, every dude would have gave up everything to try and date you. You meet a guy that's successful, he gonna wine and dine you, but then it's like realistically, it's like you know, high value man. But it's like they got options, you know, realistically. So that's why I say dating out here is crazy, you know. You gotta know what you just gotta be prepared for anything, you know.
I feel like both of y'all could relate to this too. Like I've seen like 10 out of 10 like beautiful shut Instagram down type of women in Atlanta or Metro Atlanta working at warehouses. Like that's just how many beautiful, like they literally be everywhere. So like you were saying, Mo, like if you are, I'll be totally honest, I'm not there yet. Like I'm on my way to being where I want to be. But like if you are one of those men that's like you making six figures and you even if it's like high five figures, like 70, 80,000, and you got your own spot, your own crib, it's like, bro, you it's like going fishing for you basically because there's so much out here.
No, facts, bro. That is a fact. But I went to this spot called High Society, man. I want to give them a little shout out, bro. Some of the baddest waitresses I've ever seen, bro.
Is this more of like a lounge or like a club type of vibe?
More like a lounge.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. It was top tier. I was very impressed with the talent.
Is it like a hookah bar, or is it? Oh, okay. This look dope from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they be in there.
Was the actual? I mean, you said the waitresses was bad, but like, was the women in the building bad? They look good on this flyer right here.
Yeah, nah, it was like definitely like all the women in there in general was just all very very attractive. But it was funny. The waitress, you could tell, like, you know, being a beautiful woman, you know, it's like it wasn't like dummy expensive or nothing, but you know, they know what they doing. Yo, I had ordered a water, and then so I had went with somebody, right? So the person who I went with, she showed up after me. So I like while I'm waiting, I just got me a little water. You know, there's like we just got bottled water. Okay, cool. So you know, I'm already thinking in my head. I already know the bottled water going to cost me probably about, you know, $5-6. You know, it is what it is. So as soon as the girl pulls up, they come automatically with another water. Here you go. I'm thinking like, all right, I definitely didn't ask for that, but all right, you know, like get a water. I'm gonna just, you know, whatever. I ain't gonna.
My boy said complimentary.
Right. So I'm getting low on my water. It's like maybe about like this much left, you know. She come automatically with another water, about to like put it down. She's like, you want another one, right? I said, hold on, nah, I'm good. Like, you ain't finna run up my tab on no bottled water, bro. But you know, and you know, it's funny because I know realistically, there's a lot of guys who are gonna and put in those situations. You're gonna get so much money off of them just off the simple fact that like they don't want to look broke in front of their girl. You know, so you bring that other water, or you don't want to look broke in front of the waitress. You know, it's like so you feel like, well, all right, just give me the other water. You know, I was thinking, nah, y'all not finna get me in here.
I love looking broke in public, man, because man, look, folks, hey, they will run it up on you if they think you got anything, man. And we folk, man, I'm telling you, like I said, it was my birthday, and we went to the homegirl went out to the club, and she came all the way down in town or whatever for my birthday and stuff like that. I didn't want to go to the club, but I'm like, you came all the way down, you want to go to the club? I'll let go to the club. We went to the club, and we missed the 11 p.m. was the end of the free joint with the RSVP. So
Yeah.
she said $38, and she said I thought it was free with the RSVP. She said that was before 11 p.m. It was like 11:30. Wasn't even that much of a difference, man. So she looking, trying to politic or whatever at the thing. I'm sitting back because I didn't even want to be here. I'm in clothes like I'm chilling. I'm not, what I'm saying? Nothing about this says I want to be here. I'm here to be da da da. Da. So she just eventually looked up at me and she like, he can't just pay. And I just looked at her like, I looked at my homegirl like, keep talking to the lady. Hey, you ain't about to shame me. I ain't about to pay no $80 getting on my birthday. I ain't even want to come here. So
Right.
hey, to all my men out there, don't be ashamed to look broke because looking broke will save you a lot of money. A lot of money. What Mo was just saying will be spent because of your pride. Because you wanted it. That's why the NBA players on the podcast talking about 100 million ain't enough. Oh my goodness.
Right.
See, you said $80. I thought you said $8 at first. I was like, damn, bro,
No, 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 no. It was like 38 to get in or each person.
Oh,
Yeah, so that would have been about ran you about
80. Yeah.
I don't about to do that. I ain't even want to come out.
See, that's having to spend $80 when you didn't plan on spending $80. Like that's definitely like people might look at it like $80. That's not a lot of money, but when you didn't plan on spending that, that's definitely a lot of money for sure.
That's just to go in. What if I want to get something to drink or no? I ain't doing that.
Right.
There you go. Come on, Stairway to Heaven.
That's why the brothers and sisters are always broke because they're busy trying to floss. Yeah, it's in our DNA to an extent, honestly. Man.
Call me broke. Go ahead, Mo.
I'm finna say, but I want to give a quick shout out to all the women out there that's cost effective too, because a lot of women they're gonna be like, I mean, just pay it, But shout out to those women who gonna see that $80 and be like, nah, we don't need to go here. It's like, or like, let's say like I'm out and then as I said with that bottled water situation, they're like, oh, y'all paying for the? Oh, nah, we good. We don't need another water. It's like those girls you appreciate because it's like they like I don't care. We already locked in. Like I ain't finna have you just spending unnecessary money. Like those be like the best women to go out with.
That's how you know like when a woman really likes you or not. Because like if you, I've dated women before. It's crazy because it's night and day. Like I'm gonna say date, quote unquote. Yeah, play that careful. Tabernacle. Yeah, no, I was quote unquote dating a woman like in the last year early, like in the last year early this year. And at first, the vibes, like I talked about it on her. The vibes, like the first couple of dates was great, but like towards the end, the last couple of times, really the last time we linked, it definitely felt like she was just coming out just because I was spending money on food, and you could tell the difference when you get in that type of energy versus when a woman really likes you and it's just like she just wants to spend time with you, like. Of course, at some point she gonna want to eat, but like you ain't gotta do that all the time. And even if y'all do, it ain't gotta be like no super fancy restaurant all the time or nothing like that. It could just be like Future said, like chicken wings and fries, like. But yeah, it's yeah. Like if a woman really likes you, she's not gonna have you, especially how much you make. Like she's not gonna have you spending your last dollar.
No, facts. The worst is, bruh. Actually, no, the best is when you go out and you're mentally prepared to like, hey, I might have to spend the bag today. And then you see shorty just like, you can tell when they looking over the menu. And you ain't finna tell them like what they can and can't eat. But you thinking in your mind like, bro, don't go for that ribeye. Like, you know. And but you know, and they looking over the menu and then they just like, you know, you'll be like, oh well, maybe they look at us like, oh, this blah blah blah, like this $35. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna get this $20 pasta. I'll be like, man, shoot, let me go to the store and get a ring real quick.
Man. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you another cheat code is like it's rare nowadays, but if you find a woman that doesn't drink, that'll save you a lot. Like that just right there. Because a lot of times the food itself don't even be that expensive. It's just the drinks be like, without the drinks, the food might be. It's hard to spend without drinks. It's hard to spend more than $70 at most restaurants, and that's if you being hungry. Like it's hard to spend without the drinks. But when you start adding them drinks, that's when you get to like 150, 160, 170. That's really what those things are.
No, for real though.
I'm looking at this thing right here. Sauce gave his girlfriend Brooklyn a new Maybach with pink interior for her birthday. For those of you who don't know, Brooklyn is Lotto's little sister. What the heck do Brooklyn Lotto? What she need a new car for? What she need just because it's your birthday? Y'all jokers want to get up here and tell us $1 million. Well, you know, you break it down. You know, the agent take 10% in the zone. Nah, bro, don't do that when you outwardly doing this for your girl that you ain't been even dating for a year, bro. Don't complain to me about how $1 million ain't $1 million when the girl you ain't even been dating for a year get a $100,000 plus car. Save me that. Save me the speech. Sauce Gardner for and this for the youngins. This for the youngins. Sauce Gardner is 24 years old. He's played 4 seasons of NFL football. He's had a major injury already. He's already had one major injury. So while Sauce Gardner is at the top of the league, you know, his name, of course, he was a high draft pick when he came out of college, out of Cincinnati. He's already had one major injury. He's already been traded once. And you know, once you leave the team that you drafted, it ain't as much loyalty there. We've seen that in all pro sports. You can bounce from team to team to team to team to team. I don't know if football, the sport, you want to be moving like that, young fella. That's just me. I know Sauce is in the commercials. He's got good PR and everything. A lot, mostly because of his name. It was a blessing. He also got drafted to Jersey, so he got to start his career in New York, and he got a lot of that branding and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. And this is just game for the youngins. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if these are the type of purchases you want to be making.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Two things. I thought he was still with Ice Spice. Not to be a chatty patty, but I definitely thought they were still together. I low key, I feel like what was that? I don't know what that's. Okay, but yeah, no, what was I gonna say? I feel like because we see this with rappers too. Like we see rappers. I feel like at least a couple times a year, I'll see a rapper give an Instagram model a Maybach or a Rolls Royce or something like that. I be feeling like it got to be some sort of tax write off or something, bro. Like I don't because it happens so often where you see these athletes and rappers giving these cars away. Like I feel like it's either they keeping it in their name and they really buying it for themselves, and then they giving it and they taking it back when the relationship ends, or they buying it in the name of like the LLC or whatever, and then, like I said, using it for tax purposes, something like that. But in any situation, buying a woman that you've been dating for less than 2 years, a 6-digit car is kind of wild. But if you got it, you know, as they say, as some say, it ain't tricking if you got it. So, you know, maybe I guess he got it.
No, facts.
That is true in the Texas, because I know someone who they're a YouTuber, and like their accountant called them and they was like, you got to spend, you know, because it was like some tax deadline or some day or something like that. They were like, you have to spend $100,000 or $30,000 today, or you're going to get this amount of tax penalty on your upcoming taxes and stuff like that. So they went out and bought a car just because they just needed to kind of get that money off the books to avoid the tax hit. So I mean, yeah, that could very well be a thing too. But I think just the optics of it is crazy. But that's one of them things. Hey, to each his own. You like it, I love it. Shout out to C. Alexandra. But to the kids, though, to the young football players, man, just want you to keep this in mind. The money is coming the next couple of years, right? You see it getting up to 36 a year, everything like that with the cap hit. Um, you know, things are looking up for Sauce. New contract, 24 coming into his athletic prime, what should be. But he's already had one major injury and he's already been traded once. And it's football. It's not, there is no LeBron James in the NFL. The closest thing was Frank Gore. And even he was like, how many years Frank Gore played? Like 20, 21?
I don't know if he played 24 years. I feel like towards the end he was getting picked up like mid-season and stuff like that. But yeah, like I want to say like at least 19 seasons. I want to say
16 seasons. It's cooked. It's cooked. If you thinking you gonna trigger, nah, save your money, player. Frank Gore is known as the guy. He played 16 seasons. It's GG's, brother. You get 8 to 10 years in the NFL if you're one of the best. That's it. Say you don't need to be splurging, bro. Unless your name Eli, Brady, Manning, who else? That's it. Mahomes, he's time for half a billion. Who you said Breeze?
Yeah,
Breeze. Unless that's your name, go ahead, save your money. Be smart about it, man.
facts.
I feel like out of all.
Oh, go ahead, Jelani.
No, I was gonna say I feel like out of all the sports, like as far as the sports where you see guys having the bag and then not having the bag a few years later, I feel like football is number one. Just because of how quickly the turnover rate is, and the contracts not being guaranteed. Like you see dudes. Football is just different, bro. Like somebody posted some Michael Thomas highlights on the timeline earlier, and I was just thinking like, bro was really like the best receiver in football for maybe like a year or two, and then it was just over with. Like one injury, and it don't matter. Like his career just done. Like football is NBA. It take you like Jonathan Isaac. I feel like he ain't played in like 4 years, but he's still been in the league. Like NBA, it take you a while for them to get you out the league, bro. You got to do a lot to get out. The NFL is one bad injury is over with your whole career.
Todd Gurley was like MVP,
Literally.
and then like got cut. The Falcons took a flyer on him, and then that was like the end of his career. He didn't even have that bad of a year in Atlanta, like which is just he was just out.
He had like 900 yards. I want to say.
But I think I was about to say that he ain't got no cartilage in his knees, don't he?
No,
He's cooked.
Yeah, that's that Georgia curse.
Yeah, the
Boys in
boy.
Georgia be, man, I don't know what it is, but with like him, Nick Chubb, I feel like it was somebody else who got like a really bad injury on their knee. But it's always like the star players. Hey, y'all remember No Sean Moreno?
Yeah, we locked in. I swear to God, we locked in. I was literally just thinking about No Sean Moreno, bro. I was about to bring him up.
Bro, that was like my favorite player.
I thought he was gonna be a dog in the league. He got drafted to Denver.
Yeah,
he was out there with Tebow.
Bro, I used to play with him on Madden all the time, bro. I'll play with the Broncos just for him, bro.
Yeah, I thought I'm saying this as a Florida fan, bro. I thought No Sean was gonna be a dog.
Facts.
I'll be wondering like what is it like, because it's like certain guys. It's like running back is weird. Certain guys, they come into the league and they automatically like from day one they're 1,000-yard players, and then it'd be guys who in college were amazing that I don't know, for some reason they get to the league and they don't work out.
Yeah, I guess you never know. I guess where it could be the system, maybe
Yeah,
some dudes. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Some dudes they come in, they get like those great offensive lines and make them look, way better than what they really were.
no, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. Yeah, if you got a great O line in the NFL, you could run a back up off that as a running back.
Yeah,
Shout
'cause
out.
shoot,
Oh, go ahead, Mo.
well, I was gonna say, I think Ezekiel Elliott was he was a good player, but I think the offensive line made him seem like he was. I think it just really helped him out because I don't think it's like he wasn't bad by no means, but I mean, shoot, then you see he leaves and then they just plugged and play,
Yeah,
Like honestly, Dallas been doing that for a minute. Where what was it, DeMarco Murray?
yeah.
It was DeMarco Murray. He came before. It was him, and then somebody else came after him, or it was like somebody right before him. It was one of those. And I remember somebody wanted to, whoever was there, they were trying to get paid, went to another team, and just went straight back down. But as I said, like even look at what's his name that plays there now. He used to play for Broncos. It started with like a J, like.
Oh, I feel like I know who you're talking about too. Yeah, I'm about to. I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about. Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams. There you go. Yeah, whole career got revitalized again. He was a 1,000-yard runner.
Yeah. Yeah, the NFL that's a weird league, bro. Like you could really there's guys that have played in the NFL for like they really didn't even play. They was in the NFL like practice squad guys for like a couple months. Like it's a lot more often than what people think. Like it's guys walking around just at regular jobs that have been on the NFL training camp roster before.
Facts.
Yeah, it's very more. Well, I mean, I hate to say the kind of obvious thing. It's like what 60 roster spots, and then you have 15 practice squad, and then 15 guys are invited to rookie mini camp, and a couple other guys are invited to training camps. But I mean, since there's so many other opportunities to join it, but it's so kind of normal to meet someone who was in the NFL or in the NFL and stuff like that. Like, I think I'll say it anyway. Well, one of the requirements to be like a high school coach or JV is like, were you on an NFL rookie mini camp roster? Like, if you weren't, then you aren't necessarily qualified to be a high school coach.
That's a fact.
Oh yeah, I remember when I played at Marietta, there was we had like a coach. It was like my junior year. We had a coach like he was there in the summertime, and then he got an offer to come to camp. I don't know if he made the team or not, but he got an offer to come to camp like right before the season started, and then he obviously wasn't coaching on one of the assistant coaches no more at that point. But yeah, it's just so many different. You're way more likely to meet somebody who's played in the NFL or been in an NFL training camp than you would NBA or MLB.
100%. Teddy Bridgewater. He was coaching his kids, and he won the state championship, and then they interviewed him. They were like, "What's next?" And he was like, "Hopefully, I could help a team this season." And he was signed like the next week. And that was very. And then he tried to do it the next year, and someone was hating on Teddy. They were like, "He's paying for the kids' Ubers. This is like a violation of the." Yeah, and they got him out of there. He can't coach.
But they just put that. They got a law passed based off that though.
So he can coach next season.
I want to say he can because it was like a big legal case. Where they actually, I think they named the law after him actually, where he
shout out Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, like where you could as a coach, he was getting in trouble for like helping his players out and just he was getting penalized for being rich and being able to support his players more than most other coaches could support them. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. He won a state championship as a high school coach.
Yeah, it's now I believe it's like a certain amount of money that he can spend. Yeah, it's a certain amount of money that he can spend on his players now to be able to like help them out and do like different stuff.
That's dope. Shout out Teddy Bridgewater, bro.
By the way, Teddy Bridgewater is not that much older than us.
Yeah. Oh, do we want to bring up go back to Lamine Yamal? How his dad is like 3 years older than us.
Yeah,
So he had him when he was like 15.
15. It has to be, yeah. According to the math, like unless Twitter is just lying to lie.
Yeah, like
Dad.
I'm gonna look up Google, even though I don't.
Yeah, born in 1992.
That doesn't, yo. We went to high school with people born in 1992.
Yes, yeah.
being
Like
a-
this,
Old enough to have a star player in the World Cup. Son.
yeah, you know, like his parents, they when they moved to I believe Spain, like they didn't have like they were very, you know, like didn't have nothing pretty much.
Yeah,
And so it was a guy named Lamine and a guy named Yamal who helped him and like pretty much like was able to allow them to live and everything. And so they said when we have a son, we're gonna name him after y'all. And so that's why his name is Lamine Yamal.
oh, so it's not even like it's not his real name.
Lamine Yamal is his first name.
first name.
Oh, I
But
didn't know.
it's like Lamine Yamal something 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 something.
Oh no, Joker,
Yeah.
you got 80 names.
Hey,
That's kind of dope though. I know they do that in like a lot of African countries. Like they'll have like 4 or 5, 6 names at once.
I
you
wonder
know, in
if they
Mexico
go-
they give you your they take on the mom and the dad name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Yeah, like if you ever seen like it'll be somebody will be, you know, Carlos Antonio, you know, Mendoza Carreras or something, you know.
Shout out to that boy. Shout out to that boy Esteban.
Right.
Oh, see, I'm gonna have to step my board game up because he just hit us with the Disney. Yeah. I'm gonna have to download some sounds.
Yeah, that's the one I'm definitely most proud of, bro.
Can we hear that? Can we get that one more time?
Oh yeah, for sure. No problem.
Yeah, I could just see the kids like jumping up with the chalk.
I interviewed Zoli G, you know, the music reviewer and stuff like that. Like, and I found out maybe like last year that she's also an actress, and she was in Corey in the House as a kid. So like when I interviewed her, it was about like we were talking about Jay-Z's The Blueprint and stuff like that, listening session. But I was like, I always wanted to interview someone from Corey in the House. Like this is crazy, and she was laughing. But then like as I was editing it, something in me just was like, add this, and I was like, you know what? Why not? And so ever since then, it's just been a part of the whole thing. And but yeah, for the story of Lamine Yamal to be named that and be a less fortunate family, I think that's how he got the opportunity to be bathed by Messi as a baby, because it was like the less fortunate local families. There are no mistakes in life.
That's still
What
one
you
of the wild. My bad.
Oh no, you good. Oh, my bad. I was just because I thought you were still saying something, but then you went on mute. But yeah, it's a crazy picture, bro. I would not. That's one of those things you would never expect, you know, especially for him to be the person to, well, him to be on the team that end up, you know, finishing Messi World Cup career. I mean, you know, Messi may come back, but I don't think he needs to. I think it's
He
like
done. Messi done. Messi and Ronaldo done.
Yeah, but as I said, Ronaldo's 3 years older than Messi, so like essentially Messi gonna be about the same age as Ronaldo now at the next World Cup. So it's a chance he can still play, but I feel like I think for him, because just the likeliness of going to a third straight, World Cup, it's like maybe if the team is looking good enough, maybe he'll come back and just kind of be around. But he had to be such a key factor this year that I don't think he can be that same key factor 4 years from now and still, like be get them to a championship. But I mean, shoot, honestly, it really I ain't gonna say it was lucky. It was a lot of grit and determination. Cause they had a lot of late game goals. They just never gave up. But
Officials also on their side.
you said what?
Officials also on their side.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, cause they're a very physical team. Once Messi leaves, I will never root for Argentina again. But while he's there, I want to see him, be great. But yeah, they're like an overly physical team. It's just like watching them play is just like, dang, bro. Like, but I think it's the refs kind of go into the game knowing like this is going to be a physical match. I'm gonna kind of let them play, let them rock out a little bit, but at the same time, it is what it is, man. Guys, you got to match the physicality, and I think a lot of teams wasn't necessarily ready for that in some of them situations.
Imagine if there was a picture of like LeBron bathing Wemby when he was a baby or something like that. Like that's really like some one in a million. Because when I first saw it, I thought that it was because like I didn't know his backstory. I thought it was because they like I don't know the same way like Kyrie like I think it's his godfather's like Rod Strickland or something like that. I thought it was like one of them type of situations. But when I found out it was from like a random, it was like a contest or something like that.
Yeah,
That's some real one in a million. Like the universe is crazy.
yeah. I saw this. I saw this one comment, and it was like because it was Messi with a bunch of the kids, like a bunch of the players on Spain now when they were kids, and hopefully we won't get strike for this. It was like Messi should touch more kids.
So you got to be careful how you word certain things because we might have to play the Nickelodeon music for that one. Shout out to Dan Snyder. No. Actually, no. Shout out to Dan Snyder. Yeah, but no, that's a crazy way to word that right there.
Yeah, not. Hey, but Jelani, you go to any of the fan fest?
Man, I feel I signed up for tickets for 2 of the days, and both times I was like, I don't know if I want to go through this, but I feel like I should have picked certain ones. I low key, I'll be honest, I feel like I didn't take full advantage of the fact that FIFA was here. Like I feel like I should have embraced it more because I feel like I took it for granted a little bit.
Yeah, I feel for me in the beginning, like I was just kind of like, all right, the World Cup gonna be here, cool. And then at first I was like, I don't really care to go to too much. Like I'll probably pop out for something here and there, watch a couple games. But then as it went on, because it's like a little group chat that I'm in with like me and like some other people that all watch soccer and everything. And it was just like each weekend, it's like, all right, we going here, y'all. We finna go watch this event. We're gonna watch the game. Like I really got into it. I was just like, oh, this is lit. Cause it's like, going out to the fan fest for fun. And as I said, they're doing so much around the city, just at different places. Like I remember one day we went to like I think 3 different spots to watch like 3 different games, So I enjoyed it. I had a good time this summer so far, man. Got me one of those little bracelets. Rashad, you get one of the bracelets?
To get in or like to like as an activation joints. Oh wow, I did not expect. Okay, all right. I just thought I was gonna see a performance video, But
She kept it classy. She didn't do too
yeah,
much.
yeah. That was definitely like in the spirit of the song.
Yeah.
No, I ain't I ain't get one of those. Yeah, I would have remembered that. No, I ain't get one of those.
Yeah, they had to give you like a little like wristband for like a certain time, and then like within that hour you had to go up to like the Bank of America area and then get one. I ended up getting two.
Oh.
Yeah, I got because I got a wristband from somebody gave me one, and then they were like handing them out like the first day I went, and it was really kind of like lucky where because they were like, oh, we got extras, like get them before we run out. So they had Nike ran it back, but
I was just gonna say this man wanted to watch the recap. Like he didn't know what happened the first time.
No, it was like when it came up, I was like, I gotta move the cursor. I gotta.
He's like, that's too late now.
nah, facts. But when I went up there, I got the first one, and then like the people I was with, they had a time slot that was like the hour behind me. So then when they went up to get theirs, like I hopped back in line, and then just was just like, yeah, I got a wristband. I was like, I bet. So they let me go ahead and make another one. So I gave the other one to my mom.
No, that's real.
Yeah, had to do what I can. Oh, bro, Jelani. Bruh. All right, so I'm not gonna say the person's name. I'm gonna put it in the group real quick. But I saw somebody while I was out. Hold on.
Okay. Hall of Famer.
Bro. And I think you were I'm almost positive that you've been in the conversation where it was just like, bro, like where has she been at? Like because like this person doesn't post on socials at all, and so the last time I think she posted it was back in like 2022 or something like that. So I was just like, dang, like what happened to the person? And, they had moved away to like another area with somebody else that was like way out of there. So I didn't even know she was still in Atlanta. Bro, I'm at this one random bar with like after we got done watching one of the games, and then we're at like it's like down by what is it called? Over by Howell Mill, by the Interlock.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
I'm over there, and then like they were like, oh, they're giving out like free merchandise, and it was like she worked for a company, and so they're giving out free merchandise. So like I just went over there just to get the merchandise. I look up, I'm like, bro, ain't no way. So then she looks at me, I look at her, and then she goes, do I know you? And then I was just like, yeah. I was like, are you blah, blah, blah? And she was like, yeah. I was like, I'm Maurice. Like, we went to high school together. And then she was just like, oh, hey. And I was like, hey, how you been? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh, I've been good. I was like, okay, that's what's up. But, I ain't like stick around to be like, yeah, so like, how's it? Like, it was just kind of like, because you already talking about, do I know you? So I was like, I ain't finna like push it because it is like, now I'm like I'm iffy on if you remember who I am for real.
Right.
But yeah.
Wait, is she still official?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can already imagine, bro.
I'm still doing it in year 23, bro.
Yeah, she was one of them ones for sure.
Yeah, definitely, I was very just surprised by the whole experience, bro. I was just like, wow.
I didn't even this happened to me like a few weeks ago, bro. This was so embarrassing, dog. I ran into somebody from high school. It was a dude though. I ran into somebody from high school I played football with. I have my I'm not even realizing we in the store. So like before I'm about to pay for my stuff, I usually keep my car locked. Like you know what I'm saying? So like I have my car locked. So I'm about to unlock my car before I pay for my stuff or whatever. But I run into my high school classmate. We having a conversation. We chopping it up. I forget to unlock my card. So I'm putting my stuff up there. I pay for it, or I'm about to pay for it. and it gets declined. And I'm like, oh, like let me go ahead and take my phone out, unlock this card real quick. You know what I'm saying? Before I could do that, I appreciate this, but at the same time, he made me look so crazy, bro. Bro pulled out his card and was like, hey, don't worry about it. I got you, bro. He paid for my stuff, dabbed me up, and just walked out. I'm like, dog, I appreciate that, but at the same time, you really like, dog, all I could do was just go home at that point. Like, I felt so crazy in that moment. And it's like, I know I'm going to never see you again. Like, this is the one time I've seen you since high school. Like, we probably not going to see each other again. That was a humbling moment right there.
I hit you with one of these. Move that bus.
I'm gonna type his name, man. It ain't nobody like super special or nothing like that, but it was funny though.
But yeah, cause it sucks. Oh dang. Yeah,
it was so random, bro. I have not seen that person like since we graduated high school.
It sucks because it's like it's one of those things where because we're not going to see each other again. Like if we do, it's not going to be no time soon. And then this is like your last impression. And then when you see other people, you're gonna be like, "Guess who I ran into,
bro?"
And yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, hey, bro, that man Jelani was at the store, but that boy broke as hell, man. I had to pay for his stuff at this store. Like, no, bro, my card is. I wouldn't be at the store if I didn't have money. Like, come on, man.
Right.
But you can't explain that at the register.
No, facts.
Oh, see, so I had to call the number to activate the card, and then but I didn't do that, so that's
it ain't no way to explain that without looking nuts.
Yeah, crazy, man. It's a small world out here.
That's something I'm realizing too, is that like I guess it's because if we went to high school in the middle of nowhere, I think it'd be different. I think more people would have probably moved out than, you know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like a lot of people we went to school with, like we still here, but we not, like we all got lives, we all got jobs and stuff like that. So it ain't like we just here doing nothing, but it's like it's Atlanta. It ain't like we like it's a desirable place to live. So I think that's why so many people that we went to school with still are here. But it's like I'm really realizing how many people I went to school with like still live locally in the Metro Atlanta. Like every time I go out, I feel like I run into somebody that either I went to school with or I knew from Cobb County growing up.
No, facts.
Or people that move back too. Because now we, 10 years out. So it's like some people moved in their 20s and then end up moving back.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a fact, bro.
Well, and it's a lot of people. Well, we probably talked about this before. There's a lot of people that like got married when they was like 21, 22, 23. That they getting divorced and coming back outside now.
Facts.
my one editor I had in Mississippi, he always said this. He was like, you're getting old when all your friends start getting divorced. And he said, you're really getting old when all of them get back together.
That's gonna be reality for a lot of us.
Oh yeah, for sure. In the 30s, yeah. It go married in your 20s, divorce 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, get back together 38, 39, 40, 41, because you're bored and you're like, man, ain't nothing else out here for real. Just come home.
Or they're gonna start. That's when those high school relationships really start clicking, because like, man, we ain't talked in so long. Now you divorced. It's like you said, ain't nothing out here. It's like, shoot. I mean, might as well. What's up?
This brings us back to the dating scene in Atlanta, and I think, I don't know if this is everywhere. I can only speak for the South because that's where I live, and the Metro Atlanta area is where I am from. But I'll say it like this, bro. I think there's just a false sense of it's fool's gold, bro. It's just fool's gold. Because you look with your eyes and you like, dang, everybody's so, like, Hannah Montana, I always think of this line. Look around, everybody's so famous. Or Miley Cyrus. It's literally like that in Atlanta and like large cities. Like, oh man, it's so much fine stuff. Like everybody fine. Da 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 da. No, bro, that is not the reality. Reality is so and so already that ain't happening. It's all good. So by the time you get down to the nitty and gritty of it, it ain't nothing out there for you, bro. So if you ever, you know what I'm saying, in limbo and you should I commit? Is it time? Go ahead and just do it, bro. Because there ain't nothing out here, bro.
I mean, but don't just commit with the wrong one though.
Don't settle. Don't settle.
Nah, it's a fact. Yeah.
But I'm saying if you rock with somebody, and the only reason why you wouldn't is because you like it's just so much out here, bro. Not really.
Nah, that's definitely if you got a real girl right now that really like you, like really like you, like cares about you, don't break up with her because you see a bunch of fine girls on Instagram. or even if it's a bunch of fine girls in your city, bro, you not to say that you not like you might be capable of pulling some of these girls. Like I ain't saying that you don't got the looks or whatever necessary to pull them, but it's like I don't know. It's I don't know if the risk is really worth it right
You
now.
are one Drake London DM away from having her gone, bro.
Facts.
That's yeah.
Bijan Robinson, CEO girl. Kingston Fleming's a new rookie CEO. It's over with, bro.
Instagram got your girl.
Instagram got your girl.
That's one of the realest things he ever said.
Bro, for real.
Because I see it all the time. I see women that like got boyfriends and husbands that still be posting.
Okay.
Half
Do we
naked
want to do we want to talk about this? I'm not going to bring up the picture, but we could talk about it.
I want to know where you're going.
It's a specific example of that went viral.
Of a woman who has a boyfriend or a husband who was posing a certain way.
What was it? It was like a bachelor type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
And this a homie too. This a homie. By the way, this a homie. Both of these people friends of the channel. So salute Black Love. We love it. It was a viral discussion. So it's not about y'all in particular. It's using y'all as an example to talk about something in general.
I'm trying
Coco Jones and Donovan Mitchell. Okay, so Coco Jones,
man,
she was on the boat, you know what I'm saying? And she like real bachelorette teams. She on the boat with Donovan. Obviously, she in a swimsuit because she on the boat. But her poses in the swimsuit, her back turned to the camera, and these is the ones that she decided to post. So people was like, dang, my girl posting this and I'm engaged and I'm a multimillionaire NBA superstar. Like the game is cooked, fellas. And it became a discussion.
I think they're tripping on that one.
Yeah.
Because I think it's plenty of girls. Like what she did isn't out the norm. It's like plenty of girls who post like pictures with their, showing their butt and whatnot, but they're not. It's like, I don't know, because I saw the photo and I was just like, oh, people really like upset about this. But, and as I said, it'd be funny because it'd be the dudes who I feel don't have girls who be having these like, who be going the hardest about this, in my opinion. Because I feel like the realization is like a lot of girls do this with or without a relationship. It's like they like to look good on like in photos on the gram and this, that, and the other. So I don't see it really being no problem. I mean, it'd be different if like Coco Jones posts like an OnlyFans link with it. Then it'll be like, whoa, like, okay, or if it was just something really just like, I think not even lingerie, because I mean, realistically, there's women who pose for lingerie. Like, think about, nobody say nothing about Rihanna. I ain't never heard nobody say nothing about Rihanna posting none of the photos. Everybody just click like, but if you go,
well, to say it, there is a business attached to Rihanna posting those photos now.
Yeah, I mean, but she can get a model to model that if she really wanted to, but she want to post it for herself because she's like, I like to look, I like this, it not necessarily, it's like a confidence boost for women, where it's just like, I look good, I look good. I want to show I look good. You know, it is what it is. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't think that was, in my personal opinion, I don't think there was nothing wrong with that. And I think people kind of, and as I said, like, dude be like, man, this for my girl. But then it's just like, a lot of times, I don't know, it's like, don't be having a girl to even, you know, control this. Not even control, not they should be controlling, but that's how they talking. Like, my girl would never do this. I would never let her do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, all right, if you say so. Like, it's not a, unless you sitting there, I guess, paying all her bills, you know, don't be asking to go 50-50 and say what she can and can't post.
That's a recipe for disaster right there.
Facts.
Yeah, I think you could tell the difference. Like, there's a clear difference between, like you said, like, I mean, where Rihanna does have a business, but you could tell even like Sierra, like when she posts certain stuff, like I don't feel like that's disrespectful to. She'll post like certain stuff, maybe, you know, in a swimsuit or like certain dance videos, but I don't feel like it's disrespectful to. Like, you could tell when like a woman with a boyfriend is posting for attention from other men, even if she got a boyfriend, versus she just feel like she look good, so she's showing her body off. I do think there's a difference between the two. Like, I've seen women that have boyfriends that was clearly still like looking for attention from other men, but I don't feel like Coco Jones was doing that. I also don't know, like, I mean, like, I don't like who she already got an NBA player, like who, like, you know what I'm saying, like who realistically is she trying to? Is she? I do agree that is the GOAT. Shout out to you. But yeah, who realistically is she trying to thirst trap for? Like, she was just feeling confident, like the pictures, you know, didn't think too much.
I mean, Jaylen Brown getting $60 million a year. I'm joking. I'm not trying to cause any problems in the Black household. No, I had to clear that up for the audience and potentially Coco or like, that was a joke.
There are some, I'm sure some women in the league that probably do think like that though. It's probably some women that's dating like the 15th guy on the bench that's thinking like, yo, if I can make it to somebody in the rotation at least, like that's an upgrade right there.
No comment.
Not Coco Jones.
Oh no. I hear what you're saying. But yeah. But I mean, to Jelani's point, to what you like, I guess like kind of what you're referring to is more so like a bathroom selfie where, you know, like you turn your back turn to the mirror and you taking a selfie like that with your phone.
Stuff like that is like a little
that's a little more attention, you know what I'm saying, seeking, especially in a relationship, as opposed to we're on a boat. And so, of course, I'm wearing a swimsuit. We're on a boat, and I'm proud of my fitness progress. People don't know I've been dieting and going to the gym 3 times a week with my trainer.
Yeah, like most, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I said, it's a clear difference of. I've seen certain women with boyfriends and husbands post certain stuff. I was like, hey, that's crazy. Like you wilding right now. And it don't even got to be a picture sometimes. Sometimes it's if you read the comments on TikTok. That's where a lot of them comments on TikTok and Instagram, you'll see women, like if it's a dude that they find attractive, like they'll be like, I've seen crazy stuff like, yo, I wish my husband looked like this, or that'd be the stuff that women post when they want to embarrass their men right there.
I have a question for y'all. If y'all have the I don't know if self-assurance or self-confidence, do y'all have the thing to date a fitness influencer?
I say yeah.
Yeah, but I would have to get in way better shape first. Like just I'm not going to start dating a fitness influencer and tell her she can't be around. Like, obviously that's her job, is to be. If your woman's a fitness influencer, she's going to be at some point at events or things like that around other dudes in great shape. So yeah, I'd have to be in a certain level of shape to be totally secure of myself.
Could y'all date a woman with an OF?
No. Well, a current active one?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Well, because I'm about to say it depends on the content you're posting on there. Like if you're doing, like real scenes, no, for sure. If you just posting like your feet, I don't know. I might be able to overlook that. Just to keep it a buck.
See, is your face in the feed thing? If you got like one of them profiles where you never post your face, that's different. Like, but if your face is known, like people know your face and you posting, I don't know.
So like that, I mean, like even if you're facing, I'm like, are you showing the feet? Like, I think, like I ain't too mad at it. You feel me? And it's really if you get into a bag with it too, like, all right, But
I don't think there's much of a difference though.
what you mean?
A fitness influencer and someone with the OF of like, especially if you like a Ruby Rose, right? Where Ruby says she don't post no, you know what I'm saying, going all the way. She just acting kind of skimpy in the bikini, Instagram type stuff, right? So I'm saying like the fitness influencers, you in yoga pants on the Stairmaster and you posting the view from with the phone tripod set up right behind you. I don't see how that's any more different than that's just me personally.
See, it's some fitness influencers that are different than the other. Like some really just about their fitness. Like some really like they they'll wear legs and stuff like that because they're working out, but like that's not they page ain't about showing off, you know what I'm saying, their body parts or whatever. Like, but then it's the other ones. It's the ones where they masquerading as fitness influencers, but it's really like when you only doing glute exercises on your fitness page, like you don't never do arm day. Like I ain't mad at you, but I know what this is. Like I know your target demographic.
The food reels be like, these are the meals that I use. The grain and be like a bowl of grains and
But she holding it from like a certain angle to show off.
the plate.
Yeah,
Thirst trapping with the plate is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
I've seen a lot. Them TikTok for sure is you type in, go on TikTok and type in fine woman gym and just scroll what you see. It's crazy on there. Yeah, shout out to the fitness influencers. Whatever happened to Flat Tummy Tea?
Oh man,
Did the FDA did they regulate that?
No, they probably just doing the mushroom coffee now.
Mushroom
you see what
coffee,
I'm saying?
boy. I ain't gonna lie, they got me with the mushroom coffee, bro. They was like, it's gonna clear up your thinking, your mind, bro. I was drinking that junk every day. Did not feel one difference in my life,
bro.
Oh, this is crazy.
All it does is
yeah.
make you,
We about to
make you
get
wanna
banned on
poop.
YouTube. What'd you say, Mom?
I said all that mushroom coffee do make you want to poop.
It didn't even like, I feel like do that to me in like a more than usual way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it was just I don't know. I didn't feel much of a difference. Like you said, maybe that was it. But I mean, not even. I'm still at the same amount. Like after not taking it for a year or two. But yeah,
right.
they got me good with them commercials. But them Facebook ads, I said, dang, this do all of that. Clear your mind, better thinking, better
Right,
digestive system.
bro. They out here just selling whatever these days, bro.
What?
Yo, so hey, Jelani, did you see the Black Boy Max clip?
I did see that. That was weird.
So, what's your thoughts on it?
I just feel like sometimes I don't know if bro is like really trying to be genuinely homophobic towards him, but I do think sometimes guys gotta understand, like, bro, your unsolicited advice is not always necessary. Like people really be think I don't know. I'm sure in his mind he was doing something positive as far as like trying to give him advice or whatever. But like, I've been in a situation like this where I'm out somewhere, not this exact situation, but I've been in situations where I'm at a function or a cookout or something like that, and somebody pulls me to the side to give me some advice and just kind of throws my whole vibe off. Like, bro, I wasn't really looking for this right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm using advice kind of loosely because he was kind of just judging him. But yeah, this is weird. This is weird.
What you gonna tell your son, your diva?
Like, bro, we are at Streamer University right now. Like, go find something productive to do, man.
It's like they was on the way to go to a party, and it's like, bro, like, what's going on here? Now I feel you. You know, like I think definitely could have had this conversation at a different time. You know, but me and Rashad was talking about where it's like, when would he have had the opportunity to really pull him off to the side on a one-on-one? But you know, and I think what he was saying to him, I think, you know, he kind of went too far with like the Diddy stuff, but I think overall, like watching Plaque Max over the last few months, it has been like, all right, bro, like what's going on here? And I, you know, I mean, I know a lot of these young dudes, they love to walk that line, and you know, it's interesting. I see videos these days of like, you know, so many more dudes talk about how they're like bisexual and stuff like that these days. And it's so interesting because I think the old head in me is like, we never heard that growing up, you know? Like it was just to be honest, you know, it's like, nah, dudes ain't bisexual. Either you gay or you not, you know? Like, but now, you know, of course, it's a lot more openly accepted, and you know, women don't care. You know, they just, yeah. But
not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them. You know, but it's definitely this younger generation. They are definitely a lot more accepting than our generation was. You know, like let you think. I think back on that Insecure episode where you remember Molly like had that dude she was dating, and you know he talked about how he hooked up with a guy that one time in like college or whatever, and you know it was like a whole thing, the whole episode where it's just like, you know, now Molly is like disgusted. You know, she's like, "Yo, I can't. What am I? You know?" And trying to ask around, and everybody's like, "Whoa, what?" But so I think that's how we kind of grew up. The younger generation then you'd be like, oh, it's okay, you know, he just like to express himself, I guess, you know. But more of the story is, I think from watching that clip, not the best timing, but I think especially watching how Max was crying and everything, that seems like a man who's conflicted on the inside right now, you know. And I think it's like, I think maybe because of his image, he doesn't because of his image, he doesn't necessarily want to fully come out and really like embrace that, because he's nervous about how they're gonna feel about him, because he already see how they're acting about, like, you know, the diva and the wig and, you know, blah blah blah. But it's like kind of like, all right, whatever, you know, that's you be out here doing what you doing, you know. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I got from it. I think, like, you know, the initial conversation was crazy, but I think the aftermath of it was just like, this seems like a young man who, like, I want to come out, and I want to, like, when he was like, there's nothing wrong with being gay, you know, and it's like, you're right, bro. Like, it ain't, you know, like, if that's what you own, you know, that's what you own, bro. Like, you know, and this man. But yeah, but that's where I was like, when I watched it, that's why I was looking at. I was just like, bruh, like, it's okay, bro. Like, because I think that's why it hurt him so much. Because I think it's like really like he's inside internally fighting demons about this whole situation. And it's like, you know, he's like, why would you say this on stream in front of everybody, you know, for people to, and it's like, bro, people been saying stuff of this nature. I get the demon part, and then like you don't sell your soul. That part they're not saying, but like for them, everybody like been making jokes about this for the last few months. So that's why it's like, why is this moment hitting you so hard? But it's like because I think it really touched him, where it's just like, they're like, bro, don't lose your soul, and he feel like, bruh, it's me. If I come out as as gay or bi, is that me losing my soul? That's how y'all gonna feel about me? So that. Well, you got something you want to say, Rashad?
I'm saying technically, first of all, technically, if we being technical, this is first. I wanted to say, remember when McConan tweeted, like, he was like, I was the first one to start all this gay stuff. It was just funny. Shout out McConan, bro. Well, I will say, just on the technical side, there's two sides to this, right? So I think I'll go factual with the first part of the losing your soul and it aligning with more so like devil, Satan, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It is, you know what I'm saying? You said there's nothing wrong with it. Technically, like speaking, yes, that does align more so with one side than the other. However, I will say this. For OJ to do that, I feel like if we're going to do that from a place of speaking of purity and Christ-likeness or whatever and stuff like that, then you gotta be consistent. And Christians or people who claim they are Christians use homophobia, and they weaponize Christianity and their faith to just go about things and spread their homophobic beliefs and thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Because it's like, OJ, if you're doing that because you're genuinely kind of worried that he's going to spread a bad message to kids or whatever, that was crazy. Then why are we going on stream, right? 20-30 minutes later, everybody's getting drunk at the bar, and the Bible tells us to remain sober-minded. And why was nobody approached or confronted about that? Well, is nobody confronted or approached about, you stream on Kick so you can go on Stake and gamble for half of your stream? Why is nobody confronted about that? Why is nobody confronted about, you're in a relationship with this person, and you talk about hooking up and you brag about it on stream. Everybody's dapping up and saying, my boy, instead of saying, hey man, that ain't the way to live, da 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 da. Why is that not going viral of someone confronting someone about that, if you're really doing it for purity and Christ-likeness and everything like that? So it's two sides to it. Yes, what he was saying, there was some merit to some of the things that he was telling Max. At the other end of it, it's like, don't go out and do something like that if you're not going to be consistent across the board with it.
Facts. Nah, I totally agree. And then, Jelani, I don't know if you saw the clip where Silky confronted him, and he's like, yeah, this ain't really how I feel. This is just a character I was playing, And I was like, oh, okay, that's lame. Like, you did all this just because you said it was a character. Like, that's a trash character to play. It's like
you don't press, because he pressed bro for about 5 minutes in a row, bro.
Facts.
You felt some way about that. There was a part of you, it might not have been all of you, but it was a part of you that felt you can't do that as a character for 5 minutes in a row because here's my thing as well. Like you say, read the room, bruh. Bruh looks uncomfortable, and he shut down. His whole demeanor changed completely when you started, and you just kept going and kept going and kept going. Read the room, bruh. But continue, Mo.
Nah, facts. And he initially said, on the stream, he was like, so like, they can hate me for this, but when I get off, I turn off my social media, all the different stuff. And it's like, I felt like, all right, you should have just been standing on that with everybody, But it's just like the way I feel just how he reacted to every person that confronted him, he didn't look good. Like, you know, it didn't look like, oh, like, okay, like you're making sense. Like, I feel like what you said in that clip, it wasn't like I said, you wild out at certain points, but it's like I feel like you were really trying to keep it a buck with him. But then it's like every other clip after that, you're just like, I don't know, you sound kind of like, you know, like dumb, like, because there's like, you know, you sitting here mocking, like, oh, you know, like, you know, like blah blah blah, and it's like all the extra stuff where it's like, nah, you just stand on what you said, bro. Like if I was him, bro, and I felt that way, I would have been like, bro, so you telling me that like he not wilding, like, you know, like, so y'all condone this, like, you don't feel, you know, that's how I would have been if that's like, if I'm gonna have that conversation, I would have just stood on that. Where, but it's like, I don't know, he just didn't play this whole situation right, you know, like I think, you know, it's interesting because last year I think, you know, came off a lot cooler, you know, just where it's just like he was like the guidance counselor or whatever he was, like, you know, for Kai. He was something for Kai, but you know, I was like, all right, you know, this OJ dude, like, you know, I kind of like him. He cool, you know. But then this year it's like you came back and it's just like, yeah, like I don't know what he does outside of this, but don't expect much out of the streaming right now. Because you're kind of, I know you're going to get kind of blackballed for this now. Like none of the big streamers are going to connect with you just because of this moment now, you know?
Yeah, he definitely put himself in a interesting position. I mean, for me personally, like I'm a little bit more like I never really, I don't know. I don't, everybody's different. Like I never felt like Black Boy, like him wearing the wigs and stuff like that, like, or I never felt like when people say it's gonna have a bad influence on the kids. Like I remember when Young Thug used to wear dresses and stuff like that. I don't remember. I mean, I'm not that much younger than Young Thug, but like I don't remember the kids like a few years younger than me wearing dresses because of him. Like I just think that's where your parents' influence and stuff like that has to step in, because there was plenty of rappers, artists I listened to that did wild stuff when I was growing up as a kid that I was a fan of that I didn't copy off of what they did. But I can understand, I respect everybody's religious background, so I can understand somebody's perspective, them looking at him and being like, I don't agree with that, or because everybody has their own perspective. But for me personally, it's like, yeah, I never felt like Black Boy Max was harming anybody or doing anything necessarily wrong by. Now he said some statements that was kind of crazy, like why can't men twerk and stuff like that. I was like, all right, I don't know if he was trolling or if he was just being funny, but like, yeah, it was weird though. It was like, bro, like I'm always amazed at people that can't tell when somebody doesn't want them to talk to them, because it's so evident when you look at somebody's body language when you talk to them, you can tell when somebody is like not really feeling it.
Facts.
I wanted to respond to Jelani real quick as we have to close. You can't say, like, you pointed out the Young Thug kids weren't wearing dresses. That might be true. But when Uzi and Cardi came out with them purses and them painted fingernails, all them boys started doing the painted the whole generation now is doing what they doing with the painted fingernails and the purses because of Uzi and snap, I just got a text. Uzi and Cardi.
I'm gonna put Tyler in that too. I feel like Tyler.
Oh yeah.
The painted fingernails. I definitely feel like
Tyler painted fingernails. And
I don't know if that's as much of a thing now as it. I definitely feel like a couple years ago. That definitely was like.
Mexico Dro ended it.
He low key. Now that I think about it, that line low key, because Cardi don't even dress like that no more.
He still got them allegations from Gio, but I guess that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, he got a lot of allegations. We could do an episode about the the Cardi files. But yeah, I mean it's a slippery slope. I would say this: I respect it more when it's authentic. I don't like if you dress in that way just to get attention or to get a certain demographic. I don't really respect that. But if it's like I feel like Dennis Rodman was really dressing like that because he really thought that was fly. Like I don't feel like he was just doing it.
Did you see him say he's sober? Like he's always been sober?
Okay. All right.
All right, y'all. This has been a good pod.
They talked about with Rashad McCants. Like, okay. No, we can wrap up on that one. But yeah, regardless of, I'm gonna just say this to end it. Like, it's totally fine and not. I get it if you don't agree with how Black Boy Max dresses or how the diva tattoo or him getting the wig and stuff like that. I totally get it from everybody's. Like, we all got our own backgrounds, but you ain't got to give your unsolicited advice to people. Like, you live your life. If you don't want to do that, you don't do that. But stop. I just don't like when people like give their unsolicited advice, like they the moral police.
Or if you're gonna be that guy, be consistent. I think people get mad at D1, but at least D1's consistent.
Yeah,
and he stand on what he said to most point.
Right.
Yeah, he's willing to give up whatever opportunities in order to stand on what he believes.
Yo, and also to the point of y'all talking about with Young Thug, remember he had to wear the dress because he had the stick underneath. You feel me?
Don't.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, that old. I feel like Thug went back and deleted all his old Instagram posts, but that like 2011 or like 2015 era when he was calling dudes bae and stuff like that, that was crazy.
I love her.
My lover.
We smoking on no homo.
No homo. He deleted that tweet too. That's a classic tweet.
Yeah. Thug used to be wild, bro.
Super wild.
Well, all right, then, fellas. Mar, you good? You good?
Yes, sir.
I wanted to make sure you got out your last take and everything like that before we moved on, because kind of the conversation kind of was moving and stuff like that. All right, cool. So with that being said, let's get out of here, man. The sober Dennis Rodman, who just spent a night in Vegas in the middle of the NBA Finals, completely sober. So, all right, fellas. Right. Let the people know where they can find you, social media, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Find me. I'm really not like. I mean, I tweet every now and then, but you can find me on Twitter _Jelani 2 underscores at the end. You can find the podcast on TikTok at the 1 a.m. pod. You can find us on Instagram at the 1 a.m. podcast. Your boy, just to be transparent, been working 2 jobs lately, so I haven't edited a clip in a minute. But I'm about to have some more free time coming up, so. This weekend, I'm gonna just edit a bunch of clips and just post them throughout the week going forward.
Bad. And y'all can find me on Instagram at RBMO ___. You can find me on TikTok at RubberBandMo. You can find me on all streaming platforms as RBMO. And lastly, you can find me on X. Monos _. So yeah, tap in.
3 weeks off and Jelani came back sharper than ever. He just needed a bye week.
That's facts. Now I'm locked in.
Oh man. All right. Well, people, we appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for tuning in. We had a nice little crowd in early today. Shout out to everybody that tuned into the live, everybody that's listening on the replay streaming platforms, video, all that. We will see y'all. I want to say next week, but if we don't see y'all next week, we will see y'all soon. All right, we out.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
Throw your motherfucking hands. Get 'em high.